They say time heals all wounds. But what if the heart refuses to let go? In Heartland, Season 19, Amy Fleming stands at a crossroad where love's memory and life's reality collide. Her days are filled with the familiar beauty of the ranch, yet every sunset whispers the name of the man she lost. And now, with new challenges and unexpected faces entering her life, Amy must face a question she's avoided for years. How do you move on when your heart still belongs to the past? Amy has always been strong. From her teenage years, when she took the reins of Heartland after her mother's passing, to the countless trials she's faced with her horses, family, and community, strength has been her shield. But strength doesn't make the heart immune to grief. Even after years without Ty, his absence feels like a shadow following her everywhere she goes. The ranch is full of memories, a place where every fence post, every barn door, and every trail carries echoes of their laughter. This season opens with Amy trying to keep herself busy, pouring her energy into helping horses and supporting her family. On the surface, it seems she's holding everything together. But when she's alone, the weight of the past presses hard. She catches herself talking to Ty in the quiet moments, as if he could still answer. And though she smiles for her daughter Lindy, deep down, she knows she's been living in the space between holding on and letting go. Life at Heartland has never slowed down, and this year is no different. New clients arrive with horses in desperate need of care, and one in particular stirs emotions Amy didn't expect. A beautiful but deeply troubled stallion who reminds her of Ty's own resilience. As she works with the horse, the connection becomes more than training. It's a mirror of her own journey to trust again. But with every step forward, there's a pull back, memories that won't fade, and fears that if she moves on, she'll be betraying the love she once had. Her family notices the change in her. Jack, wise as ever, reminds Amy that healing isn't about forgetting. It's about making room for life to grow again. But Amy isn't ready to hear it. She's terrified that moving forward means losing the last pieces of Ty she's holding on to. The struggle becomes even more complicated when someone from her past reappears unexpectedly, carrying a message that could change the way she sees her future. Amy's story this season is not just about grief, it's about courage. The courage to face her pain, to open her heart, and to discover that maybe, just maybe, love can take a new shape without erasing what came before. And while the path ahead is uncertain, one thing is clear: her journey is far from over. But will she find the strength to take that first real step toward moving on? Amy's return to the ranch isn't the peaceful homecoming she hoped for. The familiar surroundings feel both comforting and haunting. Every corner of Heartland carries traces of Ty. His laughter echoing in the barn, the worn saddle he favored, the trail they once rode together. While these memories warm her heart, they also cut deep, reminding her of the life they planned but never got to live. She tries to bury herself in work, training horses and helping clients, but late at night, when the ranch is quiet, the silence becomes overwhelming. It's in these moments that Amy starts to question if she's truly healing, or just avoiding the truth. Her family notices the change. Jack, with his quiet wisdom, urges her to open up, reminding her that healing isn't about forgetting. It's about learning to live without the weight of pain. Lou, ever protective, pushes her to consider a future beyond the ranch, suggesting new projects and opportunities. But Amy resists. Part of her fears that moving forward means leaving Ty behind, and she's not ready for that. She's caught in an emotional tug of war, one side yearning for peace, the other clinging to the love she lost. Then an unexpected challenge arrives. A troubled horse named Maverick is brought to Heartland, wild, untrusting, and seemingly unreachable. Amy sees a reflection of herself in him, guarded, hurt, unwilling to let anyone close. Determined to help, she spends hours earning his trust, using patience instead of force. The more time she spends with Maverick, the more she realizes she's not just healing the horse, she's confronting her own wounds. Through him, Amy begins to understand that moving on doesn't mean replacing the past. It means making space for something new. But just as she starts to find her rhythm again, an old friend from Ty's past arrives unexpectedly, carrying stories and secrets Amy never knew. This meeting stirs emotions she thought she had under control. Questions she never asked before now demand answers. Could it be that she didn't know everything about the man she loved? And if the truth is more complicated than she imagined, will it shatter the fragile progress she's made or set her free? The line between holding on and letting go has never felt so thin. And for Amy, the next steps will decide not just her future, but the kind of woman she chooses to become. The trailer for Heartland Season 19 didn't just bring back Ty Borden. It brought back a flood of emotions that fans have been holding on to for years. For many, Ty was not just a character. He was the soul of the show, the steady anchor who balanced Amy's adventurous spirit with his quiet strength. His return is not a simple homecoming. It's a tidal wave of memories, unresolved feelings, and the promise of new beginnings. The way the trailer unfolds, with every frame carefully crafted to stir the heart, tells us one thing. This is not going to be an easy journey. For Ty, for Amy, and for the family, the road ahead is filled with both hope and heartbreak. We see glimpses of Ty walking through familiar places, places that once felt like home, yet now seem touched by time and change. The ranch is still the same in spirit, but the people have grown, faced battles, and carried on without him. The way Amy looks at Ty in those short, fleeting moments speaks volumes. Her eyes hold the relief of seeing him alive and the uncertainty of what comes next. Years of pain, healing, and acceptance collide in that single gaze. She once had to imagine a future without him, and now, here he is, changing everything again. What makes this return so complicated is that it's not just about love, it's about trust. Ty has been away for a long time, and while the trailer doesn't reveal exactly where he's been or why he left, there's an undeniable tension in the air. Did he leave by choice? Was he forced away? Has he been fighting his own battles in silence? The answers are unclear, but Heartland has never been about giving everything away at once. It thrives on peeling back the layers slowly, allowing us to feel every beat of the story as if we were living it ourselves. The emotional depth of Ty's return also lies in how the other characters react. Jack, who has always been a father figure to Ty, seems caught between joy and concern. His protective nature doesn't just vanish because Ty is back. If anything, it intensifies. Lou, who has always been fiercely loyal to her family, will no doubt want answers. And Lindy, the daughter Ty never got to raise during those missing years, is perhaps the most delicate part of this reunion. For her, Ty is both a stranger and a father, a man she's heard about her entire life but has never truly known. The thought of them building a relationship from scratch is as heartwarming as it is heartbreaking. The trailer hints at a season that will dig deep into the complexities of reconnection. It's not just about Ty slipping back into the life he once had. It's about rediscovering who he is now and how he fits into a family that had to learn to stand without him. Amy, too, has changed. She's carried the weight of grief, responsibility, and motherhood on her shoulders for years. She's built a life she can be proud of, but with Ty back, she'll have to decide how much of her heart she's willing to risk again. In some of the most striking shots, Ty and Amy are seen standing apart, as though there's an invisible barrier between them. The physical distance mirrors the emotional gap that time has created. And yet, there are also moments where their old connection flickers back to life. Small smiles, soft glances, and unspoken words that seem to pass between them like they used to. This push and pull dynamic will likely be one of the central tensions of Season 19. Another layer to this story is the unspoken truth that Ty's return will stir up more than just emotions. It will bring old wounds to the surface. People don't disappear for years without leaving behind unanswered questions. There may be secrets Ty has been keeping, and those secrets could shape the course of the season. The trailer shows brief flashes of arguments, moments of doubt, and scenes where Ty seems torn between staying and leaving. These glimpses suggest that his journey is far from over, and neither is Amy's. The writers of Heartland have always excelled at creating emotional arcs that feel deeply real, and Ty's return is no exception. This isn't just fan service. It's a story about love tested by time, about second chances, and about the courage it takes to face the truth. Ty and Amy's relationship has never been perfect, but it has always been built on mutual respect and shared dreams. Now, those dreams have to be rebuilt from the ground up. As we think about what Season 19 might hold, it's impossible not to consider the bigger picture. Ty's reappearance could have ripple effects across the entire Heartland family. Will his return inspire hope in others who have faced loss? Will it challenge old beliefs about forgiveness and moving on? Or will it reignite conflicts that had long been buried? One thing is certain, Graham Wardle's performance in the trailer is nothing short of magnetic. Even in the brief moments we see him, he conveys a depth of emotion that speaks to Ty's inner struggle. There's a heaviness in his eyes, a sense that he's been through something we can't yet imagine. And that mystery is exactly what will keep viewers hooked. Season 19 isn't just about bringing Ty back. It's about exploring the cost of his absence and the impact of his return. It's about watching a man who once knew exactly where he belonged, now trying to find his place again. It's about a woman who has learned to survive, without him now having to decide if she can let him back in. And it's about a little girl who might finally get to know the father she's been waiting for. The beauty of Heartland has always been in its ability to mirror real life. In reality, reunions are rarely simple. They're messy, emotional, and filled with both joy and pain. Season 19 promises to capture that complexity in a way that feels honest and heartfelt. Every scene in the trailer seems to whisper that while Ty's return is a blessing, it's also a challenge. And that's what will make this season unforgettable. In the coming episodes, we can expect moments of deep vulnerability. Ty and Amy will have to talk about the past, not just the good times, but the hard ones too. They'll need to confront the choices that were made, the time that was lost, and the people they became in each other's absence. And somewhere in the middle of all that, they'll have to decide whether their love is strong enough to survive the truth. We might also see Ty stepping into new roles, both at the ranch and within the family. His bond with Jack could take on new dimensions as they work together again. He could become a mentor to others, just as he once was to younger ranch hands. And with Lindy, we may witness the slow, beautiful process of a father and daughter building trust and love from the ground up. But just because Ty is back doesn't mean everything will be easy. The trailer hints at challenges ahead, storms, both literal and emotional, that will test the family's unity. There are moments of tension that suggest outside forces could threaten the peace they've fought so hard to protect. Whether it's conflicts with neighbors, unexpected accidents, or personal struggles, the Heartland family will need to stand together like never before. In the end, Ty's return is more than just a plot twist. It's a turning point. It forces every character to look at themselves, to reassess their choices, and to decide what truly matters. And for the fans, it's a reminder of why we fell in love with this story in the first place. It's not just about horses, ranch life, or even romance. It's about resilience, forgiveness, and the ties that bind us no matter how much time passes. If the trailer is any indication, Season 19 is set to be one of the most emotional and powerful seasons in Heartland's history. Ty's journey home will not be straightforward, but it will be worth every step. And as we watch, we'll be reminded that sometimes the hardest roads lead us back to where we were always meant to be.